screen off my damn glasses.
Yeah, you can. All right.
Looking like a fucking anime character right now.
Like I look like a goddamn whale sitting up here. Or cheating. No, not cheating. Be a little smaller than me. All right. What?
Are we recording right now?
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's not live streaming, but it's recording.
Welcome to my nuts, bitches. I gotta ease into this, okay? I'm already fucking gun shy when I talk to people, let alone fucking random people on the internet if they ever fucking see this shit.
Oh, I'm sure they will at some point.
All right, so what do you want to talk about?
All right, let's talk about Brian Koberger.
Okay, what's the Brian Koberger stuff? I know he killed 4 college students.
Oh, well, hold up, you got to be sitting here.
Well, I can't pick up what I'm
Yeah, you can pick up what you're talking and saying, but
well, I mean,
it's still, you need to be sitting here and kind of look towards me. Let's look friendly. You don't have to look at the camera. We're looking.
I can't help it.
Turn a little sideways there, dork. Like I am.
It's like a fucking. It's like an elephant in the room type deal. It's like, yeah, just ignore that. It's fine. It's no.
Ignore it, dipshit.
I can't.
Look at me. That's why I say. That's why, maybe we need to take this outside because at least outside, I think you'd be a little more comfortable.
I mean, I can get comfortable. It's just
Yeah,
it's watching me.
Yeah, but you got to look towards me, and me and you talk.
Okay.
Me and you have the conversation.
Okay. Well, hang on. Forget. Here, grab your drink. Grab that drink.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I need somewhere to put my cup. Dang it. That way I'm not reaching off screen and shit.
And showing your Atkinson.
Yeah, nobody wants to see my plumber's crack.
Was probably on there.
Which we can make that subscriber exclusive content. There we go. Everybody,
the Atkinson smile.
Yeah, everybody watching my plumber smile and shit. Wow.
I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, they might. You never know.
You know how many weirdos pay for OnlyFans?
That's true.
I was about to say.
My son was one of them.
Who knows? That might be our fucking breakthrough right there. Fucking have like a little shot in my ass crack, and then all of a sudden, fucking create an OF account, and all the next thing I know, we were fucking rolling in millions just off of one video of my ass crack.
I mean, it very well could. I mean, there are some people out there that like the plumbers and the carpenters.
There's a bunch of fucking weirdos on the damn internet.
Yes, there are. All right, but back to Brian Koberger. So, yes, Brian Koberger, I can't really say allegedly anymore because he has been convicted.
Yeah,
he did plead guilty.
Yeah. He did plead. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, he did plead guilty to all 4 murders. But, I've got questions.
I've had questions about what little bit I've seen about the case. I've had questions too. It's like, now granted, it's not like questions of like whether he did it or not. It's just like questions of like why and what was the motive behind it and everything.
Well, and now at first I was kind of like you. I'm like, why the hell would he do that? But after seeing some of these reports that have come out, because how the court basically just put a gag on everything and everybody. Yeah. They were like, nobody say a damn word about this.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
The officers finally, they've done a huge document dump at this point with reports from first responders and first people on scene and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And
why did all that shit come out in the trial then? Or
no, it came out after the trial.
Why wait that long to do that kind of stuff?
The only thing I can think of is that it was the publicity side of stuff, and they didn't want too many people knowing the ins and outs of the trial, so they could have a fair trial. I believe that's what the original judge was wanting.
Right, but you can do that. You can bring all that stuff out in the middle of the trial, and it's not like you're going to affect the jury or anything, because the jury's supposed to find out all this stuff out anyway in the trial instead of after the damn trial. So.
Well, and it was heavily, heavily publicized in Idaho and around, Idaho University and stuff. So I know that it would be difficult to find a jury that had not heard of Brian Koberger or Kaylee and Maddie, Ethan, and Xana. So I mean, I know it would have been hard to, but I mean that's what voir dires are for when you doing the juries.
Yeah.
And they could have found people. So I don't really know why they put so much of a gag order on it. And it caused a lot of conspiracy thoughts in it and people thinking that Brian Koberger was framed or
like a fall guy type.
Yeah.
Because like little snips and stuff I would catch here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean the only way that I really followed what little bit of Koberger stuff that I knew about is like stuff that I would see on like Twitter and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then you had the TikTok psychic and everything.
Oh, Lord.
And she just like muddied the water so bad. I mean, hell, she had what, like 2 different lawsuits against her because of that stuff?
I think she's got more than just 2 at this point. She's got a whole bunch of defamation lawsuits.
Yeah, because
and she's not listening to him either.
Yeah, after the first lawsuit, because the lawsuit I watched was from Madcaster, great channel by the way, check it out. He was sitting there talking about the first lawsuit against her, and she come to court, and she was talking about how like pretty much like her tarot cards told her that he didn't do it and shit, and the courts was like, well, what evidence do you have? And she's like, pretty much just paranormal stuff and everything. I'm like, you cannot say that in fucking court.
Oh, yeah. And especially when she full out blamed and accused one of the professors.
Yeah,
and I think Washington.
Because she filed a defamation lawsuit against her, and that's why she actually even went to court. She's like, I didn't fucking kill these kids, and she's like, no, you did, and it came out in court.
No.
Yeah, it's like she was the actual one to do it because she had a secret love triangle or some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, she went all out, all ham, and that's actually another one we probably need to cover and follow would be or go through some of the TikTok psychic stuff because she was her own attorney and some of that stuff she was coming up with was like dude, you put Sarah Boone to shame. You make Valdo to shame.
You make fucking sovereign citizens look safe. Because like after that first lawsuit with the fucking teacher and everything, I was like, "There's no way she's still gonna fucking run with this." And she fucking tripled down on that shit.
She did.
I was like, "Holy hell!"
All in on it.
But yeah, that fucking whole situation was crazy. I was like, "There's no way this is a sane human being."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that. I get like because like there's so many videos of psychics being so exposed live on stage and everything. Like, oh, well, that's very interesting. Or just getting up and walk away. Like, what's her name? Oh, damn it, she's got the big poofy blonde hair. Sylvia something. Anyway, she got exposed live on stage. No, it wasn't her. It was another chick. God, look at my fucking claw. Wink, 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 wink. Anyway, God, she was like, she actually worked on police cases and shit. Mm-hmm. And so what this news broadcasting did was took a picture of one of their anchors as a child. Mm-hmm. And then confronted her during an interview and everything because I was asking her about her like expertise and usefulness of psychics and everything. And she showed her a picture. It's like, well, what happened to this girl? Because this is a cold case that people's been trying to figure out for decades, even though it's her as a child. And it's like, well, she was murdered. She got murdered in the woods. She goes on this whole spiel about like where she thinks the body is and everything. And all of a sudden, the anchor turns around. That's interesting because that's me when I was a girl. And she looks at the picture. It's like, well, that's very interesting also because I got a hint that she might have still been alive and blah, blah, blah. My God, Jesus.
Like, don't double down on this shit.
I know. Once you get exposed, just fucking tuck your tail and go away.
Yes. And don't get me wrong. Like, I do think that there are psychic abilities and that sometimes that can help. But by far, it is overplayed. It's
I don't believe in psychic ability.
No, I think there's
I believe in clairvoyance,
Yeah.
But I don't believe like psychics being able to like find dead bodies and stuff. Because if they did, because if they were actually able to do that, they'd be fucking millionaires. Everybody'd be fucking scrambling for them.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, even like what was Miss Cleo from back in the day? She's like the Jamaican black chick.
Mm-hmm.
Even her, I mean, if she was like an actual fucking psychic, she wouldn't have to resort to like late night phone call-ins and everything. She'd just be like, oh, she'd just be able to make money hand over fist, no fucking problem. That's why I don't believe in psychics. I believe in clairvoyance because I mean, I've had stuff where like I think that something could happen and it actually happened,
mm-hmm.
but I think it just might be like self-preservation or whatever.
I mean, it could be.
Because I mean, like.
I think there is a spiritual aspect to life, and that there's times that you can key into some of that stuff that could happen, has happened, or stuff.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to be like a full psychic.
Yeah,
24/7.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's quite to the extent.
Because
they make them go.
Because I mean, honestly, when it comes to clairvoyance stuff, all you really need is fucking life experience, and as you go through life or whatever, you can predict or most likely predict what most likely will happen based on past experiences and stuff. Because I mean, that's now like deja vu. That nobody has any explanation for that.
Yeah, well, I think that's partly clairvoyance.
Well,
and having that spiritual connection and stuff.
But there was one. I can't remember if it was a university or a hospital or whatever, or a psychology department or whatever, but they were actually trying to study deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
And what their best guess is that deja vu, all it is like a lag between your brain and your other senses. Mm-hmm. So like when you're like, oh, deja vu or whatever, what it is like your brain's actually lagging behind by like half a second or whatever. So that way when your brain you physically see and hear what's going on, but your brain lags out because of the information or whatever. And then there's a part of your brain that registers it, but the other parts of your brain are just like not there. And then once it finally hits those parts of the brains, it's like getting a double hit, and you're like, oh, deja vu. That's like the running theory or whatever behind it. But
interesting thought. I mean, the variable could be it too.
Yeah, because I saw that article. God, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, so I can't really remember all the information. But the premise of it was like your brain's lagging behind your visual input. Yeah. And then once it actually catches up, it's just like bam, bam, and your brain's like, oh, what's going on here?
Couldn't have done that. Interesting thought. Good one.
Yeah.
Very well could be.
But the damn TikTok psychic stuff, that was wild. Especially since she came into court with her tarot cards. Yep. And she's like, this is my proof right here. Yeah. And the state was like, you cannot use ethereal claims in this courtroom. No. You have to have physical proof. Yeah. And she just
this is it. And we're like, no, that's not how this works.
And she just tripled down and
it was.
I think at this point she's quadrupled down at this point.
She's still fighting it all. But going back to Koberger and the scene and stuff, like I know they say that they have caught his car going around the area multiple times prior to the murders. But come to find out that he has a problem with insomnia, and that it's actually very feasible that he does drive around at night when he is having an insomnia type state. And whether
especially
it's
if he's on Ambien or something like that.
And he's done all that stuff. And I mean, they can prove that he's done some of that. But the thing that kind of got me a little bit was some of it was the fact that, how when they used the GPS stuff on phones or cars or anything like
stuff,
that.
Yes, baby. Hey. I know Mike, yes.
Okay, Mike, he's trying to hang something in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not great with heights. He's wondering if he can just put the extra 2 feet up that he's got right now. He said he's got as high as he can go. And he just needs 2 little spots put up. Do you think you can put them up real quick for him?
Yeah, sure.
He was like, oh, man, you can make a new guy look bad. I'm like,
Do anyway, not mention editing.
You can still hear me. Gasp.
Ooh, take your time.
Anyway. All right, so what?
So, he's supposed
Oh,
to
he was going
driving
around,
driving around, and they're saying that he was like, stalking them or whatever, and kind of planning out his entrance, exit, what their typical behaviors are and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally possible, totally believable. However, the GPS, because of the location of where everything's at, the GPS is like a very large area.
I mean, with the whole Karen Reed stuff, I mean, how much do you really want to believe GPS?
Well, no, I mean, I think GPS can be very useful, but you also have to keep in mind that it's an average of where it could be. It's not
right.
Definitely, at least not in most places.
Right, but I mean, in the Karen Reed case, they couldn't even figure out like if he was inside of the house or everything because of that.
Yeah.
And it's like he walked toward the house and then he came back and then all of a sudden he just stopped moving.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh no, that was an error or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, because of that case, it's like, so is it reliable or is it just like
pause for a moment?
I don't know how to pause it.
Yes, baby doll. No, I'm gonna be eating at the house. John and I are gonna talk for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna head home. No, I know that, baby. I know you're not.
We're podcasting. We're Zoomers.
I know that's
really, you don't even really need to do that. All you need to do is, I mean, fasting works fucking phenomenal.
That's true.
The only problem is, like, whenever I fast, I'm fucking tired all the time. Because you're not getting fucking calorie intake. But after you get to your target weight or whatever, then you can like slowly start ramping up like your food and then like moderating it like that. But fucking, you're tired all the fucking time if you're fasting. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
It's like you can have all the vitamins and supplements and all that. You're fucking tired if you're fasting, because especially the way I was doing it. Because the way I was doing it, I would only eat once a day, and that was when I came home from work. So I gotta have something on my stomach when I go to sleep.
Yeah,
or else I won't sleep at all. And even then, it was like little child bowls. I would use those, and if it doesn't fit in that bowl, I'm not eating it. I'm still eating whatever the hell I wanted to, but if it didn't fit in that bowl, I couldn't eat it. So
not a bad idea.
That's how I was doing it, and fucking, I would wake up tired. I would take naps at work. I was just tired all the time because I had literally no energy. Even energy drinks wasn't doing anything with. But I mean, energy drinks don't do anything for me anyway, because I've been drinking them since I was like 16.
Yeah.
And here I am, 38, so fucking 22 years.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's miserable. But if you really want to lose the weight fast, you got to do that. Don't go on Ozempic because it'll make you blind. Don't do any lose weight quick things, because it's all all a scam anyway. Because as soon as you start it, like first week you're going to lose a shit ton of weight, but it's water weight, and then after that you're not going to see any progress because you're not. I forget what the reason behind it, but
when you quit, you rebound and you usually go higher.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. But with fasting, I mean, it's the more natural way. It is the natural way, because I mean, like back when it was like cavemen and stuff. I mean, yeah, you get one successful hunt and you eat for like 2 days.
Yeah.
and then after that, you're fucking starving for a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what our bodies are meant to do is to fast. That's why we have fat stores. But everybody's like, "Oh no, use Ozempic or Hydroxycut or whatever." It's like, yeah, Hydroxycut makes you fart squirts, and Ozempic makes you go blind. I think I'd rather do the fasting stuff.
Yeah, no shit.
Anyway, that's my health tip of the week.
But
back to Kohberger. Yeah,
back to Kohberger. So supposedly, he gets the K-bar knife online from Amazon with the gift card or whatever. I guess trying to cover his tracks is what they're saying. And then, it's like 2 or 3 months after he gets the K-bar knife is when the murders happen. And depending on kind of who you're talking to, the timeline from him being in the house is 7 to 12 minutes.
And on top of that, wasn't there a thing where, like, as he's going from room to room killing each person, they're screaming and nobody fucking wakes up?
Yeah.
I'm like, either they're completely trashed.
Well, they had been drinking heavily because it was a game day.
Oh, okay.
So they had been drinking heavily. Bethany was on like the basement level of the house.
Oh.
So I totally understand her not hearing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan was on the second floor or first floor. I mean, you'd have to see the design of the house because the basement was kind of the first floor walkout basement kind of thing.
Was it like a dorm house or like an Airbnb?
I mean, I guess it was a really weird design.
I mean, was it like a college house or was it like them renting someplace?
It was like a college house kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, it was not like your typical square, sorority house or anything like that. I'll have to pull up a picture of it on my phone.
Okay.
Because it was really weird layout. Really weird.
Well, I mean, the layout doesn't matter. My thinking behind it is like, is it like like a college dorm house type deal, or was they like living off campus and renting or whatever? That's
yeah. I mean, it was right on. It was still kind of on campus, but it was a little off of it. Like they were right around.
But it wasn't a college dorm.
No, it wasn't a college. It wasn't an actual college dorm.
Okay, so they were renting this place. Okay.
Yeah, they're renting it. I'm telling you, it's a weird design. Look, look through some of the pictures. It's a really weird design on it.
This thing's got 3 floors on a fucking hill.
Yeah, that's what I say. It was a really weird design. But
it looks like somebody was trying to do like an Art Deco house.
Yeah,
fucking failed.
It failed miserably because that thing is just it's weird.
Yeah.
But Dylan was on the floor that Ethan and Xana were on, and she did hear, not necessarily screaming according to her. She heard noises and stuff that sounded like struggling, and then I think she also heard like a thud, is what she said. And she also
wasn't she one of the ones that was killed?
No, she survived.
Oh, she survived.
Well,
okay.
she wasn't attacked at all.
Oh, okay.
Let me rephrase that. She wasn't attacked at all.
So who was the 4th person then?
It was, or did I say Xana?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Dylan. Her name is Dylan. It's the one that heard, but she was on the floor with Xana and Ethan.
Oh, okay.
She was on the same floor as them. And then she also heard like a male voice going, "It's okay, I'm here to help." Which I kind of like. I'm like, why the fuck would somebody say that? But if they're being sadistic assholes.
Well, not only that, but I mean, if like one of the other, because it was 2 boys and 2 girls, correct?
No, it was 3 girls and a boy.
Okay.
Ethan was the only male in the house.
Oh, maybe Ethan was the one who was like, "Oh, I'm here to help," or it could have.
Well, he was found in bed.
Okay, so it must
he was found in bed. I think, from what it sounds like, because he was stabbed multiple times, but he was found in bed. So I think he was probably like passed out and then got attacked. Xana like put up a fight, and so did.
Good for her.
I think.
I mean, good for her for putting up a fight, not for dying.
Well, one of them, I can't remember if it was Xana or maybe it was Maddie that like had apparently maybe grabbed a hold of the knife and nearly severed their fingers off. So I mean, there was two of them that put up a pretty strong fight. But my thing is one of them had like over 50 stab wounds. Kaylee, if I'm not mistaken, was the one that not only had multiple stab wounds, but had also like beat her face to unrecognizable.
Jeez.
Yeah, like they couldn't recognize her. Did not know who she was. Didn't know if she was male, female, whatever. When they, got on scene, and so in these struggles, I mean, I'm thinking 7 to 10 minutes. You've got. It was either Maddie or I think it was Maddie had over 50 stab wounds. Ethan, I think, had over 20 stab wounds. Xana had, again, multiple stab wounds. Plus, Kaylee, having her face beat in, plus the stab wounds. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, and that's on 2 different floors.
Yeah.
These are separate floors. So
they had to be, like,
where does
very drunk at the very least.
Well, very drunk at the very least. But how does someone have that much time? Or how does somebody have the time in 7 to 10 minutes to do that much damage, that many stabs? And a lot of people are saying like 7 minutes.
I mean, like what? I mean,
you think at least 50 stab wounds on one person, just one.
Yeah, that takes minutes.
And you think, stabbing, I mean, even if it's a short stab, you're like,
That's
one
like
per second.
Yeah, like at the very most 1 per second. And so, I mean, even if you do like prison shanking, like you have those guys like end up getting stabbed like 20, 30 times within like 10, 15, 20 seconds or whatever. But I mean, still, they're still alive. And they're still screaming and everything.
Yeah, and it's more of an ice pick. And this is a big K bar because I mean, a lot of the wounds were to the chest, to around the neck and the clavicles. And
then you got them fucking putting up a fight and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. How would Brian Koberger alone be able to do this in that limited amount of time to cause that much damage? And then the only
I know how, but I don't know like this. I don't know the toxicology of each victim.
But even if you sit here and say, okay, each victim was, just completely out of it, didn't even put up a fight back with them. You think of that many stab wounds to that many people having to go up a flight of, first goes in and he actually goes in on like the first level where Bethany is below him because there's a sliding door there. That's where Xana and Ethan were at. Then you go up another flight of stairs and that's where Maddie and Kaylee were at. So he had to go in the house, and they're pretty sure that he went straight upstairs to Kaylee's bedroom or Maddie's bedroom.
So he started from top and worked his way down?
Yeah, is what it seems like. So he kills Maddie and Kaylee. He comes downstairs. What they're thinking is that maybe Xana heard the noises from upstairs and was like, what's going on? Because another thing that Dylan had heard was somebody, and she thought maybe it was Xana, that said, somebody's here.
Oh.
And, then comes down, so maybe got startled by Xana, and then he kills her, sees Ethan, kills him, even though Ethan's still in the bed and still apparently drunk. But you just think of that many stab wounds and that many steps that he's having to take, and it's like, you're really taking away time because the K-bar knife's gonna get kind of stuck in areas. I mean, it's
not necessarily.
I mean, when you go up against bone and stuff,
because I literally watched a video, like 2-3 days ago on this website that a buddy of mine put me on, and it's like gore stuff. Like you can watch people fucking get killed and shit. And there was a guy, and while the dude was beheading this woman, he was stabbing her with a big ass fucking knife. It's similar to a K-bar. I don't know exactly what type, but he was sitting there stabbing her in the torso while he was chopping her head off, and she flopped her hand over like this and stabbed through her hand. And when he pulled up, her hand came up, but when it got to a point where it just slid out.
Okay.
So I mean, like, even if it meets bone or whatever, once it meets that certain type of resistance or whatever, it'll come out. Now, granted, it could have gone through in between the bones or whatever, but the point is, even if you're stabbing and fast and furious, even if it meets, like if it does hit bone or whatever, it'll go into a certain point, and then once you pull it out, it's going to pop right back out anyway.
Okay.
Because I mean, like,
with not being a serrated knife.
Yeah, because I mean, like, like, even if you're doing like construction work or whatever, you can sit there and even if you hit a nail into the wood. Now, granted, I'm not comparing bones to wood or whatever, but even if you hit a nail into woods and it doesn't go all the way in, you can just reach over there, grab it, and just pop it out.
Right out, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not that far fetched.
Okay, but I mean, and the fighting back, and I guess some of the other part that really makes me sit here and kind of go, wait a minute, what the hell, is the fact that the only DNA evidence that they had was on the knife sheath. Where it snaps over to hold the knife
little
in.
clasp.
Yeah, it was only, and it was like touch DNA, so it was some of his.
Yeah, his fingerprints.
No, he didn't even have his. It was just the skin.
Just the skin DNA, no fingerprints or nothing.
No fingerprints, nothing.
Not even a partial.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Not even a partial.
Well, I mean, granted, he could. Now, granted,
this is DoorDash. Hello. Hello? I'm sorry, what was that? Yes, we ordered from Sonic. Oh, okay, so you're already at the house? Oh, okay. Let me call my husband real quick and let him know then. He may not hear you. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Well, that was quick as shit.
Better tip that motherfucker. Especially if they don't make shit to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Get like a $20 meal and fucking
tip your food's there, baby.
Tip them real good.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Hi, baby. He said, love you too, Rohan. But I don't know. I just, and like
so on the sheath.
Yeah, on the sheath.
It was just skin DNA.
Yeah.
But no partial fingerprints, no smearing, no nothing. Just skin DNA.
Just skin, just some of his little skin cells. From where, like, he might have flicked it open or something.
Yeah, but even still, you get a partial off.
No prints.
Now
it is a leather sheath, so I don't know how easy that would be to pull.
That's why
prints off of it.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, unless you have a like intact fingerprint, even then if you have an intact fingerprint because of all the grooves and the roughness of the texture, and everything, you're not gonna. Yeah. You're not going to pull you're not even going to pull a partial off at that point. So
no fingerprints, but it's got sense. Just that little bit of skin DNA on the buckle of it or on the snap clasp, of it.
Yeah, the snap, yeah.
And that's it. And then like no DNA in his car. And this place was a fucking bloodbath. And when I say bloodbath, I mean
so they didn't find any blood on him or anything?
No. Now granted, they didn't search his car until like a month after the murders because that's how long it took for them to.
Plenty of time to clean up.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to clean. I don't care. And they did. There is reports of him like detailing his car after he got back to Pennsylvania. Yeah. But this place was such a bloodbath that blood had ran down the walls and was on the outside foundation. Like you could see blood on the outside.
Jesus.
That's how much of a bloodbath this place was. And I'm like, how is there no blood or DNA in his vehicle after that, no matter how much he details that? Now, granted, he did have, criminology was his major.
No. So, I mean, he knows about how. So
Yeah, but
he's got an insight. But, I mean, there are solvents that you can use to destroy DNA.
Well, and I get that. But especially in a car. And from what I understand, like, they fucking tore this car apart.
Hell, who knows? Maybe he went in with like a Tyvek suit.
Well,
And then as soon as he got done, he fucking just tore the suit off, and very carefully, I might add, and just rolled it up upon itself,
Okay,
like how you take off surgical gloves and stuff, and then put it in a trash can and burned it.
Well, and supposedly he had one of the like Carhartt coveralls,
Mm-hmm.
and a balaclava. There we go, mask. Because Dylan did say that she saw him, and that like she was pretty sure that he looked at her, but she like quickly closed the door, locked the door, and for whatever reason he left.
Yeah.
And that's where she got the description of, a taller person with the bushy eyebrows.
Yeah. Because you got those balaclavas now where like it's pretty much instead of being like the old school like ski mask where you got the eye holes and the mouth hole, now it's the kind where it's like it comes around your neck, but also it goes behind you, so you can pull this up and then pull this forward.
Yeah. And you just got that stripe through there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what she described and saw, but I'm like, okay, where is all of that? I mean, like, let's say, okay, he did take everything off, and
he burned it.
But where did he burn it at? Where did he put it?
I don't know.
Because the only thing they found outside of the home was like a black book bag, but there was nothing. There's nothing to that. I mean, and you're in a college town, that black book bag could have come from anybody just saying, "Fuck it, I don't want this."
But I mean, also
anymore.
at the same time, since he's supposedly a professor in criminology or whatever, he could just be throwing shit out there to throw people off too.
Well, and that's true.
So I mean,
but I mean, just the and don't get me wrong, like I'm not trying to sit here and say that I think that he's like innocent or a fall guy or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I really think there might have been someone else involved with it.
I mean, there very may well could have been, but also at the same time, one person with a knife and you got 4 people. I mean, depending on how you're able to even start the attack can make all the difference. Because I mean, like, I'm not, and me going super morbid here. If I was able to make it into a house undetected, make my way upstairs, I mean, the very first person, and I'm looking just to kill. Now, granted, I don't know his motives or anything, but granted, just to kill. I'd go upstairs. If I can get in undetected, head up to the top floor. First person I see, just quick. It's quick and quiet. There might be some gurgling sounds, and then work my way down.
But that's the thing. His was not quick and quiet. His were fucking dramatic as shit. I mean, they were stab wounds. He didn't automatically cut their neck.
You did say they were stab wounds.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. And the other thing is the ME. There's a lot of power in words, especially when it comes from, attorneys and officers and medical examiners and stuff like that. And they go back and forth between sharp force wounds, blunt trauma.
What's sharp force? Was it just like the stabbing?
Yeah, that's kind of like that would be kind of like the stabbing.
Never
and then
heard that before, but okay.
A blunt sharp.
How's something gonna be sharp and blunt at the same time?
Think about an axe. That's going to give you your blunt trauma, but it is going to give you the Okay. So I mean, they're going through multiple different ways or multiple types of injuries, but yet they're saying no, it was only the knife that was used as a weapon. And I'm like, wait a minute.
If
You've got
if it was
force.
sharp, there's no. I mean, even if you take a knife that's super fucking sharp,
Mhm.
unless you're actively hitting it against, I mean, even bone, maybe it can dull it, but even still, it's not going to dull it enough to where it's going to turn blunt.
Yeah,
It's still going to have some cutting force behind it.
yeah. And then
So-
the bashing in of Kaylee's face and stuff. It's like,
Oh, that could be a fist though.
yeah, but in pictures of him, like he actually took a picture of himself that night, a couple of hours afterwards, or might have been out that morning or day.
Really?
Yeah, and he's in a bathroom and he's pointed up to a mirror and he's got his thumb up like this. Oh yeah,
That's super weird.
yeah. Let me see here.
Well, I can't say it's weird because I mean, like, if you don't know that it happened and you take that picture or whatever, and then like state comes and is like, okay, well, this is evidence against you. It's like I'm in my bathroom just taking a selfie. How's that evidence? So I mean like
yeah, that's him after the murder.
I mean, I don't see anything weird with it other than his hair.
Yeah. Well, and they were trying to say that it looked like he may have had some scratches on his face, and I don't see scratches.
No.
And then also when you look at the knuckles, I mean, maybe they're a little red, or I mean,
No, that's nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm like that.
That's nothing.
But granted, you can't see his right hand.
Well, see, here's the thing though: if you're assaulting somebody,
mm-hmm.
the redness is not going to be between the knuckles.
Yeah.
It's going to be on.
It's going to be on them, and they're going to be swollen.
Yeah.
If you're going to be breaking bones in the face,
yeah,
to the point that somebody is unrecognizable,
you're going to get bruising all over the fucking hand,
and like
but
possibly even break part of your hand.
But that redness between the knuckles, I think
that's just him kind of holding the picture. Yeah.
But, okay, well, even still, even the redness between the knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you punch somebody in the face, you're not going to get that. It's going to be on the knuckles because that's the face of the impact.
Yeah.
That in between knuckles like that, no, that's not going to happen. Because like even if I punch you right now, depending on how hard I hit you, I mean, there'll be redness between the knuckles, but there's still going to be bruising and shit on the fucking knuckles.
And he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And even in the picture because like, and this was like a couple weeks after the murders, is when him and his dad took the road trip and ended up going back to Pennsylvania, and they like took the long way or scenic way or whatever. But he got pulled over like twice in that. And you're seeing both hands and stuff, and they look perfectly normal. And I understand it's a couple weeks after the murders, but how much is your hand going to actually heal from that kind of damage if you've punched somebody so many times that you've broken most of the bones in their face?
Bouncer gloves. That I just thought of that because they got these gloves. I don't know if they're called bouncer gloves, but a lot of bouncers use them. So it's gloves where it's kind of like legalized brass knuckles. So you put the gloves on, and over here you have like plastic shielding for your knuckles, and I think some of them might actually have cushioning between the plastic part and your knuckle. So when you punch, they get the full force, but it's absorbed a little bit, and maybe it could cause redness between the knuckles. That's just me thinking because I
wonder if that could be it. Because I mean,
maybe
because I mean, there doesn't seem to be much damage to his knuckles, and you would think that if you're breaking that many bones in a face and
because they have polymer composites that are just as strong as steel. Now, granted, they're expensive as hell. So I mean, they would have to go into like his spending stuff unless he paid cash. But yeah, they do have gloves where they have little polymer shields for your knuckles, and like if you're punching that much and that hard or whatever, yeah, maybe the skin between each knuckle would get red or whatever. But even still, I mean, that would still cause your knuckles to be red.
Yeah,
I would think.
I would think so too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that the redness between the knuckles. I mean, he is really pale, and
Yeah,
that could be some of that. But the, as you call them, bouncer gloves.
I just want to see how much my spots pick up. They pick up really good right there.
Yeah.
I'm a chameleon.
But I mean, if boxer or not boxer gloves, what you call them, the bouncer gloves.
Well, I just call them that. I don't know their technical name,
no.
but I've seen bouncers with them. So that way, because I mean, brass knuckles are illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy them as paperweights, but if you get caught with them on your person out in public, you're screwed because that's an illegal weapon in all states. Just because of the amount of trauma you can cause. But there was a worker. I don't know if it's a workaround or whatever, but all I know, a couple times I've been to bars and clubs and strip clubs and stuff. I've seen bouncers with those gloves. I mean, I guess you can call them knuckle wraps, I guess.
Yeah.
But I've seen them with that, and usually, like when it comes to security, they can pretty much get away with pretty much anything if they're defending the establishment or the workers. But if they do something blatantly illegal, that's when they get charged.
That's kind of, I mean, that could make sense, and the damage that was caused and him not having as much damage to his knuckles as you would
but I mean,
think.
still, if you're causing that much trauma to a face on multiple people, your knuckles are still going to get bruised.
It was just Kaylee that had her face beat in like that.
Yeah, but I mean, even still.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You're still going to have bruising and shit on your knuckles also, even if you have the cushioning. Because, I mean, you're hitting with so much force to do that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I would think that he would, like, especially if he did it just regular fist, that he would end up breaking some of the bones in his hand.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's the bones in the face. They're no joke.
So how did his obviously if you cause that much trauma to your hands and
there's
everything,
no pictures of him after the murders with
even after an investigation,
no busted up knuckles, no going to the hospital for a broken hand, knuckles.
Maybe he just got super fucking lucky then, but even still, I mean,
could have been, but
I don't.
I've got so many questions about this murder now.
Yeah,
the more I looked into, because at first I was like, oh hell yeah, he had to have done it, whatnot. But
that's fucking weird though. Because I mean, if you
did not have the damage to his knuckles like you would expect.
And I'm just looking at my hand right now, and it's just even with some kind of padding. Unless you got some super thick padding and hit
in there with
boxer level shit.
Yeah, boxer level gloves.
Yeah.
And then if you had boxer level gloves, it would sloth on the face or slide on the face some and tear some of the face.
Yeah, not necessarily.
If they don't have, that's why they put the Vaseline on the face.
Yeah, so it slides off.
Yeah.
But I mean, also at the same time, even if you go in with boxing gloves and you're heavy hitter or whatever, I mean, hell, you can just hit somebody one time, knock them out, just keep pummeling. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, but the boxer gloves also have cushion on them to help you not break bones and shit.
Well, no, because people still break bones with the boxing gloves. That's what I'm saying. Even if you go in with all this cushion on your hands, and very first punch knocks them out.
Yeah.
You can sit there just pummel them, and you ain't got to worry about that. But also at the same time, you won't have anything against your hand because there's so much cushion. But also at the same time, there's still going to be some evidence of
the fact that you
micro fractures or something. Now, granted, that's just me nitpicking or whatever. Because I mean, it doesn't take much to knock somebody out.
Yeah.
I mean, you connect with somebody with just the mildest of punches, you'll knock them out, and there will be no harm to you.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. I think maybe because like you said, he was what, professor in criminology.
Mhm.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he fucking figured out how to get away with it. But
Well, and that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think that he basically
not
did
get
this
away
mur-
with it, but knew what they were looking for. Is how I
Yeah.
should
Well, and
put it.
there's a lot of people that think that he did these murders as a way of trying to outsmart the system because a lot of people are like, dude, he's really fucking smart.
Yeah.
That he's highly intelligent, although he does have autism, and it seems like it's kind of the Asperger's kind of
Mm-hmm.
autism, that he's just very dysfunctional when talking with people and such. And there's a lot of people who will sit there and say that he's an incel or he follows the incel stuff. And
that whole incel fucking shit. Because I mean, like nowadays, like if you get into an online spat, like and people call you an incel, it's like I have kids. I'm not an incel. Because I mean that negates the whole fucking definition of an incel.
Yeah, like hello people, think about it.
It's like because I'm listening because I've been keeping track of like some like YouTube drama, I guess you can call it, but it's more so Twitch drama, and everybody is calling this one person an incel. It's like he has kids. He's not a fucking incel. That's like the very definition of the word. Even you saying incel is an affront to the definition.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe he's not getting any anymore because maybe he got a divorce and now he's involuntary celibate.
Well, I mean, maybe, but like the whole. I mean, he very well could be an incel, but like, people just throwing it out there like nonchalant
like
or whatever. It's like, okay, I can Google search the guy and see if he's got kids, and if he's got kids, he's not an incel.
Coker had a girlfriend at one point.
Well,
now, what
you can still be an incel with a girlfriend. And that's true. Awkward as hell.
Yeah, and she, well, I don't know much about her. I've got to look into her some more, but they're saying all this stuff about him, and don't get me wrong, he is definitely a little on the weird side. He does have kind of that stare.
He looks like he's got autism. I will say that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he looks like an autistic person.
Oh, yeah, and especially when you see him.
And for all you fuckers on the internet, you can look at motherfuckers and tell that they got autism, depending on how severe it is.
I do believe that.
So
there are some that you can.
Y'all can fuck off with that bullshit.
There are some you can. I agree.
Yeah. And like a lot of people are like, oh, he's autistic. It's fine, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. If you have a level 4 autistic kid going through the teenage years, that motherfucker can and will kill you if he so wills. Because like a lot of, because this is what pisses me off about all these autistic families and shit and people. Just because your kid is not autistically strong, and that is a thing, just because they're not autistically strong does not mean they will not hurt you.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that's severely autistic, and I've seen, you can look this shit up on the internet. These kids, there is no limit to their strength because their body does not register that. They can break bones because of this shit. And everybody's like, oh, this autistic awareness and blah, blah, blah. And they put up there like mildly autistic kid, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the autism that most people are talking about and worried about is the kind where they're fucking Hulk.
Yeah. They're Hulk.
They fucking rage out. They fucking break bones. It's fucking documented. They do not give a shit because there's no limit on their aggression.
Yeah. And they don't know and they really don't know what they're doing.
Yes, they don't know what they're doing. But I mean, it's like me and a buddy of mine, we was talking about like PCP a couple nights ago. And we was talking about like the videos and shit that you can find online about people on PCP. And the only way that you can take them out is bullet through the head.
Yeah. And even then, they'll still walk at you.
Yeah, and even then, they'll still come at you like a fucking zombie. I mean, granted, they're slower and dumber and everything, but they're still just as fucking strong. And that's pretty much what the fucking the autistic people I'm talking about are like.
Yeah.
And that's the majority. It's not a minority, it's the majority.
I don't know that I'm going to say majority. I think it's a minority in how often it happens. Now, it may be the majority that have that ability to do that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not talking about like it's the majority of like the videos you see online.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the majority of the autistic people that have that ability.
Yeah,
because they're not limited by like social constraints or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's rare in the fact that it actually happens.
Yeah. Okay. That I can go, because I mean, I don't think it happens too often that they go into that rage quite like that.
Now, granted, I me saying all this, I have to find all the don't take it my word by it. I got to find all the figures and shit. But I saw something. What was it like? I think it was like 7-8 years ago. I saw this study. Now, granted, the study could be wrong. It could be completely bullshit, but that's the only thing that I remember. Because it was one of those things I saw in passing.
Let's see. I saw something.
I never looked into it. I mean, I could be horribly wrong on this fact.
No,
I hope I am.
No, I would say that you're right, because I mean, I've, having worked in EMS, I've seen how autistic or someone coming out of a seizure, someone that's got low blood sugar or even high blood sugar. I mean, medical.
Yeah, but that's just, but like all that stuff's just temporary. But
well, yeah, it's temporary.
In the moment, it's temporary, but the autism.
Yeah, but I've seen them in the
autism.
Well, the autism is permanent, but they're not always in that state either.
Yeah, that's true too.
Most of the time, I think autistic children are usually pretty happy on their own or whatnot. I mean, they don't typically rage out, but when they do, it is kind of like holy shit.
Yeah, as long as you can keep stuff pretty normal and mundane for them, they don't hulk out. But that moment that the wind blows wrong, if they have like severe autism, and this is severe autism, not all autism, but if you have severe autism and like you meet a new person, it's over with.
Well, I think I was talking with Stani about this a while back, because I came across something where there was a family that both of their children were autistic. Their daughter was mildly autistic. She could, she was pretty much at her age and functionality and stuff. But their son, on the other hand, and he was the oldest, severely autistic, and definitely prone to raging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the ones you got to worry about.
Well, they wanted to have him committed.
Yeah, or 5150.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So they actually, how downstairs you've got the dining room right there, right by the front door, right? They basically caged him into a room like that. It was
they're asking for trouble with that.
Hold tight a moment, though. Hold tight a moment.
Okay.
Because I'm like you. I would have, at first I was like,
that's like,
you fucking caged the child in?
That's like chimpanzee bullshit right
there. Yeah,
like,
are you, and I'm talking like full on like prison bar caged in. Jesus. Okay. They actually plywooded over the windows because he would bust out the windows. So they,
obviously if you're caged in,
boarded over the windows. He had furniture in there. Now he didn't have a whole lot of stuff in the room.
So it sounds like he was like a prison mate type.
Kind of, but everything that you put in there, he would eventually destroy. Damn. Like even they had a like
Coco the gorilla.
Well,
seriously, that's how it was.
That's kind of how he was.
Coco the gorilla destroyed everything in her cage, and the only thing that stopped her was a fucking kitten. And then when the kitten, seriously, look it up. And then when the kitten died, she went into a fucking spell, and the only way that they could get her to calm down was a little statue of Coco, not Coco, but a statue of the kitten.
No.
And she would cuddle it and everything, and that was the only thing that kept her calm, was that fucking kitten.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's how this kid was, and he had access to a bathroom.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they built on a bathroom to this or what, but I mean, it was basically a den that they had converted in.
Yeah.
To this caged area.
Gorilla cage.
And you could tell that it was clean in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they just threw him in there and said, hey,
like
whatever.
a zoo.
Yeah.
Gorilla cage.
Yeah. They also had it where, like, if say a fire broke out in the house or something like that, as they're walking out the front door, the latches for the door for him are right there. So I mean, it's easy. Like, hey, we're all going out. Here's the door. Come on, let's go, son.
Man, that's still fucking terrible.
It is, but at the same time, it's like, wait a minute. How do you keep your property safe, your other kids safe?
I will say,
and him safe.
It's funny how we went from talking about Coburger to
right?
Fucking autism and gorillas.
Well, but that's our normal conversations. We'll just edit and split it up, But my thinking on that is like, hey, that to me, I'm like that's pretty good, because I mean, what?
Stop moving real quick. Hang on. Turn your head a little bit. Oh, wait. You got a piece of glitter right there, but I can't.
Oh, Lord. That does not surprise me.
I got it.
I was going to say, that doesn't surprise me. But, like, I'm thinking, that's pretty good, because I know that there are times that, especially kids, should be hospitalized.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And doctors don't want to hospitalize them because it would be too traumatic for them as a child. And I'm like,
it's cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, wait a minute.
Like,
this is what's saving their life.
Yeah.
Like one of the girls that
not even their lives, but other people's lives.
Very true. But I mean, like, one that I can think of right off the top of my head is a girl that was 16 years old, picked her up for an overdose. This girl had tried to kill herself multiple times. She had started trying to kill herself at like the age of 10.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let me guess. They had her on a bunch of like ADD medicine.
No, she was not on any ADD.
Really?
The only medication, she was on an antidepressant, and that was it.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Well, but she was like that well before the medication.
I get that, but
and they didn't start putting her on medications until 14 or 15, I think.
I get that, but also at the same time, those a lot of those, and depending on what she was on, I don't know what she was on, but a lot of those antidepressants and shit will cause suicidal tendencies and shit.
She was suicidal well before then. Was she?
Okay.
Well before any of the medications.
So she just had a lot of mental problems then.
Oh yes, she did.
Yeah,
very much so. Like, she was always kind of talking to the mom. She was like always kind of a depressed child and a ho-hum and always seeing the bad side of things. And she was so bad. Like, she had grafts, skin grafts on the front of her.
From the attempts?
I thought maybe when she was little, she got like a pot of water, hot water spilled on her or something. Like, some kind of
hindsight now, you're like, it's because of all the attempts.
Yeah, because she put gasoline on herself and lit herself on fire.
Holy shit.
Yes. And she did that at, I think it was 13 is when she did that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Fuck. And she wasn't doing anything at the time?
She wasn't on anything at that time.
Holy fuck, dude.
But the doctors wouldn't commit her to try and save her life. And I mean, her family, very loving family, extremely loving family.
Yeah.
Were with her 24/7. And like, they actually, mom would take, say night shift, dad would take day shift, sister helped in on some of that. And unfortunately, when the time we picked her up with the overdose, her sister had just gone to the bathroom. They had like a gun safe that had all any kind of chemicals that you clean with or whatever in this gun safe, medications in the gun safe, any kind of sharp objects in the gun safe. They didn't even have steak knives or butter knives out in the house.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, like they were trying their damnedest to keep her alive.
Yeah.
But the doctors again would not commit her.
That's insane.
To me, that is too, because I mean, I understand that it's not comfortable, it's traumatic and whatever, but
that's the thing though. Did the parents want to?
No, the parents wanted her. The parents wanted her committed.
That is fucking crazy that a doctor wouldn't do that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, they flat out begged.
Well, no, because I got a buddy of mine. He lives in South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
His family actually had to put out had to go to a judge and everything, get him put in rehab because of his alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's the same deal where, since they didn't have a court order or whatever.
No, they tried to go to the courts.
I mean, yeah, they could try, but since they didn't have a court order, they couldn't force them into whatever facility though.
To a degree, I mean, if the doctor wanted to sit there and say no, they need to go.
Yeah, but since they didn't have,
they didn't have the doctor. Yeah. The doctor was like, and multiple doctors, because she went to multiple psychiatrists.
That's a different.
And all of them
scenarios.
All of them are sitting there going, no, it'd be too traumatic for her. We need to try and keep her.
Fuck that.
I'm like, how many times does she have to try and kill herself before you realize she is not safe on her own?
No shit, especially after her fucking dousing herself in gasoline.
Mm-hmm. Dousing herself in gasoline and lighting herself on fire.
And did she die from that, or did she survive?
She survived.
Holy shit.
No, because that was at 13. We picked her up at 16, or I picked her up at 16. And I thought the reason, because my partner come out and he was like, man, that crazy woman, that crazy girl going to end up killing herself and other people with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, be nice. She's probably worried about her figure and her looks.
Fuck that. That bitch needs to be in a fucking institute.
She does. But I mean, I'm sitting here thinking that she got burned as a child, and that's why she's so suicidal at this point, especially at 16 when looks are a big deal. And my partner was like, no, like you don't understand. She poured gas on herself and lit herself on fire trying to kill herself. And I'm like, oh. And women do not typically kill themselves in a manner that will disfigure their face
if they're normal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, her lighting herself on fire, that should have been like right then. You should have like, nope, that. Mm-mm.
All right. Well, back to Kohberger, because we went off on a huge tangent.
We did.
But anyway, back to Kohberger.
Like there's so many questions.
Back to the knuckles.
Yeah, there's just so many questions that I have about him not having a lot of damage on him, right after the murders.
Yeah.
There were some students that he was at school with that were like, he had a couple of scratches on his face and his knuckles look like they may have been a little swollen. And I'm like, at first, before all this information started coming out, I'm like, okay, I can see this. I can comprehend this. But then these reports started dropping and looking at the amount of damage and the amount of blood that was in that house, the amount of times that they were stabbed, Kaylee being unrecognizable from the beating. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. What else did he use? But they're saying nothing else was used.
No.
It is just like, wait a minute. Some of this, and then seeing how many times they got stabbed, and it's like 7 to 12 minutes. Is that enough time to fight back with at least 2 people, beat somebody to an unrecognizable condition, do over 70 stab wounds on 2 different floors, and you're killing 4 people? How is that enough time?
I can kind of see it, and it's just like my morbid mind. I mean, I can see it depending on the situation or whatever. but
And
the,
I'm like,
the thing I can't get past is you had the one survivor claiming she heard, and this could be wrong because, like I said, I haven't looked into it, but this is like stuff I've picked up on the internet. You had the one survivor hearing screaming, noises, struggling, and she never thought to call 911.
Her reasoning behind that is she was still, quite possibly still drunk.
It's almost guaranteed at this point.
And was kind of wondering if all of that was really happening or if she was either imagining things or maybe it was the TV or, it was kind of, sometimes when you're drunk, things are a little fuzzy. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
I need a couple seconds to process.
Yeah. And I think that's her kind of standpoint on that is that things were a little fuzzy and, she couldn't quite remember stuff and seemed kind of out of it during some of that.
Isn't that a thing though? Like if you can't fully recall your memory of the events or whatever, isn't that like a thing where they can discredit you or whatever? Or did
they can.
The state she would be a state's witness.
Yeah, I mean they could.
The defense, couldn't they just like?
Yeah, they could totally
eject her out of that, or not eject her. What's the phrasing?
I think they did fight to have her out of it.
Oh, did they?
I think so, or they may have fought to have her in, but bring up the whole because that's the other part.
Dismissed. That's what I was. Yeah,
dismissed her. But I mean, they could have very easily. God, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the legal term for discrediting them.
I think I know what you're talking about.
My mind is blank.
Yeah, same here. Impeach.
There you go.
There you go.
They could very easily impeach her for a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Bethany, the one that was downstairs and like.
Oh, don't say Bethany.
Facebook.
Karen retrial, by the way. Go watch it. It's fucked.
There was a Bethany with that one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But Bethany being downstairs, like she had heard a little bit of stuff, but she was kind of, of the same thought process of like, it was the TV or they were partying, having a good time, whatever. Because like she actually had gotten home before everybody else and was like already asleep and stuff. And another thing that kind of made like I'm like, why did y'all do that? It was Dylan and Bethany texting with each other, and Dylan was also trying to text like Xana and Kaylee and Maddie and Ethan, like, hey, are y'all okay? What's going on? Are y'all up? And no responses from them, but she's getting responses from Bethany, and she's telling Bethany what she thinks or what she may have seen and blah, 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 blah. And Bethany's like, well, just come down here with me.
Yeah.
So she ran downstairs, and if I'm not mistaken, like I said, Ethan was in the bed, and then I believe Xana was kind of like out in the hallway. Like, how do you pass that? How do you pass Xana or anywhere close to Xana and not see the blood, not see any of this stuff? I mean, granted, I know it's at night and it's dark, and
probably most likely drunk.
Yeah, probably still drunk. So I mean, but I still, I do have some questions about that. Not that I think that anything nefarious was going on with them.
Nefarious.
Yeah, nefarious.
Karen retrial. Go watch it.
Because we got to read in here. Got to bring some. I don't think anything nefarious was going on.
What was that? Jen McCabe? Yeah.
Like Jim McCabe. Well, there's quite a
Fucking
few.
Skellahor.
There was quite a few of them that said nefarious.
I always saw Jim McCabe saying
Oh, no.
nefarious.
No, nefarious. Nefarious was used quite a few times.
Maybe that's a Boston thing though.
It might be. If I'm not mistaken, I think what's the bitch's name? The officer,
Devers.
Yeah,
Devers.
Dever. He pronounces my name correctly.
You can't say my name correctly, so I'm going to be a bitch to you. Fuck that whore.
She was a bitch straight off.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she said nefarious too.
Oh, I don't remember, but I just remember that, and then I saw something that she's actually under investigation now because of that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, your boss told you to fucking what was her words? Fuck, she said,
do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Yeah,
yes.
do the right thing. And then he throws her on the bus, going, "I never had that conversation."
Yeah,
with her.
Yeah.
Thanks, Commish. Appreciate it.
That shit was nice. Hilarious.
But I mean, according to Dever, or excuse me, Dever, he's such a great.
I think he did that shit on purpose just to throw her.
Oh hell yeah! I mean,
Jackson was fucking
straight out did that
just to fucking make her flustered and everything. He did that shit on purpose.
No, he was covering his own ass.
No, I'm talking about Jackson.
Oh yeah.
He was saying Devers. Yeah.
Well, there was one part where he's like, when she said something about well, just like you can't remember how to pronounce my name. And he was like, "Oh, trust me, I remember how to pronounce it.
I know how to pronounce the name, yeah."
And I mean, that right there says all of that. I was like,
that's how you know it was intentional.
Yes,
to throw her off her game and shit. I was like, "Fucking hell!" I was like, as soon as she said that, Karen retrial, by the way. As soon as she fucking said that, I was like, "Oh, you were so fucked."
Have you ever really watched the entire Dever?
Not the first trial.
No, she wasn't in the first trial.
Oh, what? No, well, I watched. I want to watch all of it, but also at the same time, at the very most, I watched 90% of that fucking cross.
Stand by.
No, because we're talking about Coburger.
No, come on. We're going on a side quest.
We're talking about Coburger.
We are going on a side quest.
Jesus. All right, well.
Yeah, we are going on a side quest. Let me see if I can find it.
While you look for that, I'm going to go get me some juice.
Okay. Crap. Okay, well, we'll just do it this way.
So, this is fucking hilarious.
What?
Went downstairs to fix my drink. Kylie, she's holding a child, and I'm sitting there talking to her and Sonia and everything, and then I take a look at the child she's holding. It's not Declan, it's Maddox. I'm like, why are you holding Maddox? Apparently, Amanda came over while we was doing all this shit, dropped off Maddox and Levi, so that way her and Alex can go to a bar or whatever, because one of their friends is playing at the bar.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, where the fuck is Declan? She's like,
my child.
Yeah, she's like, well, they came over about 30 minutes. They dropped him off about 30 minutes ago. I was like, I've been upstairs. And then Kylie, she's like, did you really not notice that it wasn't your child? I was like, I was looking at you, not the kid.
Uh-huh. All right. You ready to watch this?
Probably already seen it, but yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Officer Kelly Dever to join us, please.
Okay.
Can you hook this up to a Bluetooth speaker?
Yes.
Let me go get my Bluetooth speaker. That way we can have like better sound too. But you're not live streaming that, are you?
I'm not live streaming it, but I just turned the volume of it up.
That's another thing. We need like better. We're gonna need a better setup. So
Yeah, I know, definitely.
Anyway, baby steps.
Well, you're supposed to be watching this, you dork. I'm gonna put it on 1.25.
No, just play it regular.
Okay.
Good morning. Morning.
Morning, ma'am.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Good morning. Could you state your name and spell your last name for the jurors, please?
Kelly Dever, last name Dever.
And what do you do for a living? Presently?
I'm a police officer,
Where are you employed?
Boston Police.
A lot of people were saying Dever, never, or never Dever.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
So, like, quote unquote, remember how to say it and
Yeah.
put a shade on her.
How long have you been so employed with the Boston Police Department?
2 years and a little over 2 months.
Where'd you work before
Is this
that?
where he,
I worked for the Canton Police
Were you a sworn officer at that time?
Oh, this is
At what time?
full testimony.
when I
you
was
worked for the
employed
Canton-
there.
When you were
I
employed by the
watched
Canton
all
Police
those, yeah.
Department?
Yes, I was.
As
Only
a
thing I
sworn
really
police
remember
officer.
is that
Yes.
Okay. What was your duty assignment in January of
like you
2022?
can't remember my name.
I was a patrol officer.
You got, there's so much more to this shit. It is
You're familiar with the case that's presently before the bench, correct?
In some capacity, yes.
Commonwealth versus Karen Reed.
Yes.
All right. Did you ever prepare any kind of report based on any of your conduct or your connection with this case, if there was any connection with this case, while you were a Canton police officer?
Content.
No.
You clip it out, man.
Were you ever interviewed
That's
by any member of the Canton Police Department in furtherance of their investigation related to the death of John O'Keefe?
No.
Were you ever interviewed by the Massachusetts State Police?
No.
Let me finish the question. I got to finish the question, then you can answer it. It works a little better that way. Were you ever interviewed by any member of the Massachusetts State Police in furtherance of their investigation into the death of John O'Keefe?
No.
Were you ever interviewed by either the Canton Police Department or the Massachusetts State Police with regard to any of your observations on January 28th or January 29th, 2022?
No.
And you never wrote a report about your observations or any observations that you had on January 28th or January 29th, 2022, correct?
No.
That was a double negative. Let me try that a different way. Did you ever write a report about your observations related to January 28th, 2022, January 29th, 2022?
No.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, the first time you were ever interviewed in connection with anything having to do with this case or this investigation related to the death of John O'Keefe was by a separate law enforcement agency, not the Massachusetts State Police, not the Canton Police Department, correct?
Yes.
That was in August of 2023. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you remember the exact date?
No.
August 9th, 2023. Does that sound right? About right?
I know it was the summer of 2023. So
Do you think it would refresh your recollection to take a look at a report?
I still can't get this is way off topic. I cannot believe that monitor is a PC.
Yep.
I can't. I'm seeing it. I still cannot believe that shit.
Yep. It's an all-in-one.
That is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's an all-in-one. It's similar to
So the
like Apple's.
processors and everything is inside the stalk?
Yep. All of it's in the behind the screen. It's a little bit thicker than most computer monitors,
yeah.
but not by much. And I can actually add different like RAM and memory stuff to it. It's a little more difficult than just a tower, but I can still add to it.
That's fucking crazy.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
Because, I mean, it literally just looks like a fucking monitor.
Mm-hmm. It does.
That's insane.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Oh, hell yeah. That's fucking awesome. What's up?
No, you're fine, baby.
No, you're fine. What's up? Oh, actually, that's the thing, though. If we do this, we're going to have to allocate, like, a lot of time for this shit.
Yeah.
And so that means, like, people are going to start pushing it with whatever.
Of that interview,
yes, because I've never seen it before.
just insofar as the date is concerned, may I approach?
Yes.
Thank you. So it looks like bottom of that page. Just glance at that and tell me once you familiarize yourself with that face page of that report. Okay.
She's got
May I approach?
Yes.
RBF.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think, like, she's really pretty.
Do you have that date in
She
mind?
is.
But that
Yes.
Does
RBF.
that refresh your recollection that it was August 9th, 2023?
She's like,
Yes.
what
Okay.
the fuck?
I
Why?
want to direct your attention,
I did my job.
Officer Dever,
Your job was fucking
to
shit.
January 28th, 2022. Where were you working? What was your duty assignment on that day, January 28th, moving into January 29th?
It's like,
Well, 3.5 years later,
Of
I remember I was on
all the,
patrol. I don't remember anything further about this night.
Did you work overnight, like a late shift going into the morning of January 29th?
That was my assigned shift, so yes.
Okay. Who else was working with you on that
thing.
particular day, if you
That's
recall?
not even, that's not coming up quite yet.
Sergeant Good, Officer Mullaney, Officer Seraph, and Officer Pasquarelli.
And what generally was your assignment when you went into work that night on January 28th?
Patrol.
She was out on patrol. So she was out there.
At some point,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
either that evening or the early morning hours of January 29th, did you note that a call came in related to a person found in the snow, unresponsive in the snow?
Yes.
Tell me about that. The nature of the call and where were you?
I was in my cruiser. A call came in that said person in a snowbank, something along those lines. Immediately followed by that transmission, my sergeant requested that I come to take over dispatch.
Is that
Now. That's why I wanted to hold out for it.
Okay, because like I don't know if I was doing something or whatever. I thought she was just in dispatch.
No.
So she was cruising out and then she got recalled to dispatch.
Yes. She was
Okay.
out on patrol. As soon as the call goes out,
Yeah.
they call in, and it was, I think she said Sergeant Good was the one that was at dispatch. So they pull her off the road to send Good out to Fairview.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here going, why the fuck would they do that? Because I've been around police departments
Yeah.
that have officers that dispatch, especially at night.
Yeah.
And typically, if they're assigned to dispatch, that's where the fuck they stay.
Yeah.
They don't, oh, hey, let me pull this person in. You cover dispatch because I'm going to go out on this call. They don't do that shit.
Yeah.
I think that it's because the McAlberts didn't know whether or not they could trust her because she had only been there for like maybe a year, 2 years at that point.
Yeah.
They didn't know if she was gonna back the blue.
And then she miraculously got promoted to Boston PD.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah. No, she was out on the road.
Of course, granted, when I was watching this, I was at work.
Yeah.
And then when I got home, dealing with the kids and everything, so it's very yeah. I thought she was in dispatch all fucking night.
Not a lot of people have talked about that part either.
Yeah.
But that's something that I really have a lot of questions about. I'm like, why would they pull an officer already out on the road?
Off the road.
Yeah, off the road.
To go do dispatch, yeah.
And then send the officer to send dispatch out to the call. Because if I'm not mistaken, Officer Good was in with the McAlberts pretty well too.
I missed that part too. It
was Officer Good that got sent out there. I'm pretty sure.
How the hell,
Sergeant Good?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, in fact?
No, he's an officer.
He's an officer,
Yeah.
but he was in dispatch though.
Yeah. I don't go back
for
and
that
listen to
night.
that. Wait, did I turn the volume all the way down? That's good.
Patrol.
At some point,
Listen
either
to-
that evening or the early morning hours of January 29th, did you note that a call came in related to a person found in the snow, unresponsive in the snow?
Yes.
Tell me about that, the nature of the call, and where were you?
I was in my cruiser. A call came in that said person in a snowbank, something along those lines. Immediately followed by that transmission, my sergeant requested that I come to take over dispatch.
Is that Sergeant Good?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, in fact, respond back to Canton PD to take over dispatch?
Yes. So I was already in the parking lot of the Canton Police while this took place. So I was already at the station.
Did you note whether or not Sergeant Good and or any of the others responded to the location while you stayed back to handle dispatch at the police department?
What's the part I don't understand?
Yes, that's why I went inside so he could respond.
Were you aware that Sergeant Good, did you have any knowledge at that time that Sergeant Good was familiar with or knew who Brian Albert was?
Objection.
Did you know who Brian Albert was at
No.
that time?
No.
Do you now? At least
Because of
familiar
this
with the name.
case, yes.
I spoke over you. I'm so sorry. Based on this case, are you familiar with the name?
The name, yes.
Well, they knew that
Did you know Kevin Albert?
No. Oh, the detective Kevin Albert. Yes, I did.
Correct. How did you know Kevin Albert?
He was a detective for the Canton Police.
Were you aware of his relationship to Brian Albert at that time?
No.
Are you now aware of his relationship with Brian Albert?
Yes, from the media.
And what is that relationship as you know it?
Video, but because all the shit that came out in the first trial and everything, that's why she said that it was a false memory to the FBI and everything.
Oh yeah.
And
well,
that's when she tried to. Granted, I didn't watch the first trial, but what she has said in this testimony is that she tried to backtrack by saying it was a false memory and everything because of, at that point she was already a Boston PD and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, she went to Boston PD like right after this.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, right after John O'Keefe's death.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's because this is just a theory, a game theory, by the way. Old Matt Pat. I wonder if she said something in the department, and then they were like, "Okay, we gotta get rid of this bitch." And then they was like, "Oh, hey, you're getting promoted to Boston PD or whatever," and she's like, "Oh yeah," and she got roped, and then she got roped into it and everything. And she tried to use the, Boston PD stuff as a cover or whatever.
Oh yeah, she tried to stay out of it, and either
Mm-hmm.
they tried to bury her or she tried to bury her.
And that's why she said that she wasn't happy to be there.
Yeah, and
because she was like, I know nothing about this case. Whatever, I was in Kenton. And then I got promoted and transferred to Boston. I was happy about it and everything. Well, I don't think she said she was happy about it.
No, I think she may not have said it, but she wanted to go to Boston PD.
I mean,
and I think it's either one of two things. Either they were trying to send her, or Canton was trying to send her over to Boston to bury her and bury the fact that she saw the Sallyport video.
Yeah. And then in the first trial, she said not.
She wasn't in the first trial.
Oh,
she was not in the
she
first
wasn't
trial.
in the first trial. But in her testimony, though, she said it was weird. And then when she got on the stand, she's like, "It's a false memory."
Yeah. Well, not testimony. It wasn't testimony. It was the statement that she made to FBI.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah. But it's still testimony because you can't lie to the FBI.
Well, that's very true too.
Yeah. Because if you lie to the FBI, they'll get you.
Oh, yeah,
they did it with Michael Flynn.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch, especially an officer lying.
Yeah,
that's like no.
If you as soon as you find out they're an FBI agent, even if you're fucking off by like
2 seconds, you're done.
But, yeah, well, you're not done, but it's extremely fucking controversial. So I mean, like, and the fact that the FBI went along with it too. Granted, she may very, very well be telling the truth and everything, but
I don't think they went along with it. I think they went maybe like, okay, no, it's a false memory. You're not going to get in trouble for perjury. Just to see how far it would go.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. They went along with it just to see if they could snag her somewhere.
Yeah. Snag her and everybody else.
But since she said it was like false memory and everything, obviously I hope they went and they followed on that rabbit hole and everything. I hope so too. And then figured out it's a false memory.
And I know this is going to be a controversial opinion here. So fair warning, controversial. I know.
It's YouTube, bitches. Get over it.
I know, right? I actually think that Dever went into the police department, Canton Police Department. She went into being a police officer with good intentions, wanting to help people.
She was trying to be one of the good ones. Yep.
She ended up getting caught up with that Sallyport video, realized that Canton was shit, goes over to Boston PD on her own.
Did she go on her own, or did they promote her to that one?
Well, I mean, it's not a promotion because this is a totally different department.
I say promotion being like not so much like it's more money or anything. I'm talking about like promotion because it's a better I can't even say better area because Boston is shit anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a completely different department, a completely different police force.
And then
they're two different entities.
And then you got the Boston Chiefs saying you're going to play ball, right? Pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'd be like for us, like Lexington County versus South Congaree. South Congaree is completely different. No, because they're in together.
Well, see, here's the thing, though.
But that's how like Boston PD and Canton are.
But see, here's the thing, though. You can't equate Lexington County to South Congaree because they got two different
protocols. That's the same thing with them.
But here's the thing, though. You can say like it's comparing Lexington County to Aiken County.
No. The reason I'm saying South Congaree and Lexington County is because Canton is a town within Boston.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm putting that analogy.
I thought they were different counties.
No. They're with Canton would be like a little municipality.
Okay.
Boston is the county.
The county. Okay. Thing. Yeah. Okay.
But I think she went over to Boston PD. And I mean, there's question of whether or not she went on her own or she was pushed over there. There is some question. She obviously had help with it.
It doesn't really fucking matter at this point.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. She really had help with it.
After this case, she transferred over to Boston, whether it was on her accord or somebody else's accord. It doesn't fucking matter. As soon as this shit popped off, she was fucking gone out of that fucking
she was out. And she did get a promotion. She did get a hefty, salary increase and all that stuff. I mean, she did get some perks from going over. And I think that she really tried her best to stay the hell out of this thing.
Oh yeah, she didn't. The entire testimony she gave in court, she did not want to talk about anything.
No, she didn't.
Especially when it came to you're going to play ball, right?
Yeah, she did not want that at all. So I think that she intended to be one of the good ones.
She just got roped up in a bad situation.
Yeah, she got roped up in a bad situation, and
But I mean, also at the same time,
I partly hate that for her, but at the same time, it's like, wait a minute.
I'm going to push back a little bit.
Yeah, no, that
and I'm going to say maybe, just maybe, she knew what was going on, and this is my part of what we're trying to do.
Mm.
Maybe, just maybe, she knew what was going on and she was trying to cover for them. And as a reward, she got sent to Boston.
And I definitely think there's.
I'm not saying there's any proof or anything. That's just my thought. I'm just trying.
Well,
I'm just throwing out random
there may not
bullshit.
Be like, quote unquote proof, but I mean the fact that she goes to Boston PD, she gets promoted into a higher position than she was at Canton, and she's making a lot more money and all that stuff. I mean,
honestly, it's not a lot more.
No, she was making a lot more.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, like we're talking like a $40,000-$50,000 a year raise.
No shit.
Yeah, no, we're talking significant raise.
Okay.
Going to Boston PD and her promotion. Yeah, we're
from what, like 10 or from what, like 25,000 a year in Canton?
No, I think she was making around like 30 or 40, and she went up to around like 100.
Oh, wow.
And that's not even including all their overtime shit that she could have been doing 140, 150. Because the officers in Boston and Massachusetts, some of them make ungodly amounts of money. I'm like, how the fuck do you ever make that much money as an officer? How? Because there are some of them that are like knocking on 200 grand per year.
I mean, honestly, I think they should be making a lot more than what they're making.
No, I completely agree with you. I totally agree with you that officers,
get that bag, honey. Get that bag.
The public safety in general definitely needs to be making a lot more money, hands down. But when you look at the national average that police officers are making, and then you look at like Boston and parts of Massachusetts and all that shit, you're like, wow, that's a huge difference.
Don't ever look into the NYPD.
Well, that's another one too.
Yeah, them motherfuckers make bank too.
Yeah, so
well, that's also because of the cost of living and everything in New York City.
Yeah, but it's not the cost of living difference.
Yeah,
and then you look at your pay difference, and it's like, wait a minute, those
it's like this is what I make. This is what I have to spend.
Yeah. Well, no, what I like, like let's say you're looking at South Carolina and you go, okay, this is the cost of living. This is the pay, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to New York and you're like, okay, yeah, the cost of living's up here. You would expect the pay to be up here, but their pay goes way the fuck up here.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they're getting paid a whole lot more than what that cost of living average would be.
And that's what I was saying earlier. It's like either she went along with the program and got promoted, or she didn't want to go with the program and got bumped out. But considering everything that went on, I think she just decided to go along with the program and got a better position.
And see, I'm kind of on the opposite end of that.
Really?
I think that she didn't want to go along with the program, and that's why she fought so hard to not be put into the trial.
So you're saying she was forced into it?
I think she was forced into it, and I think that she was actually, I don't know about necessarily physically threatened, like, hey, look, if you don't do this, we're going to take you out.
I'm not saying anything like that.
There's a lot of speculation that John O'Keefe knew stuff on all these people, and that's
pedophile ring.
Yeah, and that's why he was killed. So I mean, if she knows this stuff, I mean, it's not a hard leap to go, my life's going to be in danger.
Well,
but there's also another part. There's another part in this video where she's like, my livelihood depended on it.
Yeah,
my life depended on it. And stuff.
My livelihood depends on my testimony. That's what she said.
So I kind of think that she didn't want to go along with all of this stuff that she did. She didn't necessarily want to turn them over, but she didn't want to.
And
She didn't want to turn him over, but she didn't want to lie to anybody. Like, she was like, "Look, I want to tell the truth. I want people to know what's going on, but I don't necessarily want to be the one to throw that gauntlet."
yeah, and this is why I say, like, I think maybe she might have been forced into it because of what she knew.
And I think so too.
And
But
she very well, she probably never wanted to go to Boston. She probably just wanted to stay in Canton. But because pay raise was so good, if the scaling
it was a huge one.
So I mean, everybody's got a fucking price. I mean, everybody.
And that's very true. I do believe
so.
that everybody has a price, but...
So I mean, she could have been like, with this trial, and obviously she's already gone to Boston at this point.
Yeah.
But she could have probably been like, at first she could have been like, I'm getting a pay raise, I don't care, whatever. But now, and when she got called into court to testify and everything, she's like, fuck, what am I doing? This is me being saying that she has some form of guilt, but also at the same time, she could have been on the stand saying, "Yeah, I'm going to lie to these motherfuckers just because of the paycheck." So I mean, I mean,
if you really watch her testimony and stuff,
she's fucking shady as shit.
But that's the thing. Like, is she being shady, or is she really trying to be evasive? Because again, she doesn't want to be the one to throw that gauntlet down, but she also doesn't want to lie about any of the shit that's going on. Like, I actually kind of think that she wants people to know the truth, but she's scared to say the truth or bring out the truth. And that's why, like, I think that she doesn't want to go along with, holding up the blue wall of silence. She's like, no, man, here's that little piece that you need to go pecking at, but I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that, but also at the same time, the whole simple fact of, like, since she was being evasive, I mean, bringing it into your point, she's being evasive to a point to trying to guide them into a proper direction. That's fine, because she's trying. Because I'll go as far as say she's trying to open that door to allow the defense to actually press on whatever kind of malfeasance or whatever. I'll give her that. But also at the same time, it's also at the same point where she can go down the same road and misdirect or obstruct or whatever.
Well, and I think that's what she actually ends up doing with this.
She definitely obstructed in this. Yeah. But well, actually, I don't think she really obstructed. I just think that she just said that I don't know way too much.
Well, no, I think she obstructed because, I mean, with her saying that, it's a false memory, a fabricated memory, whatever.
Yeah.
To that point, I think she did obstruct justice because she is trying to say, no, that never happened, even though I said it happened. And, that's a oddly specific memory for you to have, for it to have been fabricated in your head.
For someone to have a false memory.
Yeah, no.
Like I said before, I'm trying to come at this at, like, different angles and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about the outcome I'm very happy about the outcome of the murder charges on this case.
On Karen Reed.
Yes. But I'm very disappointed in the simple fact of is the world's most expensive DUI charge.
And honestly, like,
because I mean, like, if she
should have been convicted of the DUI.
Exactly. Yes. Just because of the fucking the waterfall footage.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much other stuff.
Yeah, you had officers and everything, or not officers, but you had witnesses saying that she was drinking, but it wasn't that much. She probably had
No,
like two
even
or
the
three
officers
drinks.
were saying the same thing. Even the officers were saying, yeah, she seemed fine. She was walking fine, talking fine, acting fine.
She's just a woman and can't drive.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of what they wanted to come down to.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
it's
I'm glad that Karen didn't get charged with or didn't get convicted
of murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the other shit and all the other shit that's going on with this and even other cases, holy shit, wait till we start going down that rabbit hole.
I was literally about to say, what the fuck was Lally testifying to on the stand about? Because you told me it was about a different case and everything, but even still, why the fuck is a
DA
on the stand? Haven't seen that shit since Morrissey and the Allen Baldwin trial.
We'll do that tomorrow. How about that? We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay, we'll do that tomorrow.
Because that's going to be a whole nother rabbit hole. That's gonna take us a little bit.
Yeah, that because I started watching Emily Baker. Subscribe to Emily Baker.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Started watching the trial and everything. Or not the trial, but the testimony of it. And I was like, why the fuck is Lally on the stand? What the fuck happened? And I tried to watch it, but I had to go to bed. And then I was like, this has to be something to do with the Karen Reed case. I was like, no, because the Karen Reed case is over and done with unless they're trying to go after him for something that happened during the trial, which is very possible.
I mean, very possible, yes, but no, that is in a totally different case.
Okay, what's the case?
God, what was the kid's name? Miles? I'll have to look it up. But because they've got the Brian Walsh case going on right now.
What's Brian Walsh?
Brian Walsh was one that has allegedly killed his wife. Don't know where, like they've never found a body. They don't know where she's at. He made some suspicious Google searches, but they were on his son's tablet, and it looks like the warrant that they had did not cover the son's tablet. So they may have gotten that information outside of the warrant, and quite a few other shady things that they did with that trial. And then, because I cannot remember the name of this one, because this one just popped off, or to my knowledge, just popped off. And again, it is getting evidence properly and whatnot. And they were looking for, okay, you were supposed to have 6 warrants. Where are the warrants? And and Lally's like, well, I got 1.5. Like, how the fuck do you get a half of a warrant?
Oh, yeah, no shit.
Like,
it's either a warrant or it's not. How do you get a half of a warrant?
Yes. And then also some other like affidavits and stuff, and like all this shit that he didn't get. And we're at like the eve of this trial. Like, I don't think they've called a jury yet. I don't think they've actually, gotten in the juries yet. But they're like, where is this information? And I was just sitting there kind of like, I don't know.
My biggest question is, are they going to hire a defense attorney?
Oh my God.
to come and represent the case.
And pay him like $500,000?
Yeah, no shit. I wonder if that's what's going to fucking happen.
Oh my Lord.
I cannot get over that shit.
No shit.
In all of the witnesses in the Karen Reed trial, they fucking spent just on fucking experts at least $1 million.
Oh yeah.
At least $1 million.
Alone got over $450,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you?
No. I'm talking about the state. I'm not talking about Aperture.
That is Aperture. Aperture is the state.
I'm thinking of Arca.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Arca. Yeah.
Like, Arca was only like $50,000.
Yeah, I know. And them motherfuckers
how did this price happen?
Spent almost fucking $400,000
on a blue paint test.
Yes. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And then the defense is like, yeah, we got this guy that's federally accredited, and with accelerometers and everything, and this motherfucker shows up with a paint test.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Wow. Yeah.
And they charge somewhere of the order of what, 5 times what we paid.
More like 10 times.
No, whatever it was.
Yeah, like 10 times as much. I was like, wow, that is
Jesus
insane.
fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
As soon as I heard they spent, what was it? 100 and some odd thousand on the fucking vehicle alone. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus. And
Then
then
he was worried about, and that was the other thing in the thing. You know, he was saying, like, they're like, why didn't you use a dummy arm or, you know, a test arm, a crash arm?
it's like, well,
I was worried it was going to damage the vehicle.
Yeah.
That's like the whole fucking point there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
The
so
whole premise of the case
Yes.
depends on a broken tail light, and you're worried you're going to
they
break
didn't
a
mind-
tail
they didn't-
light.
No, they didn't mind breaking the tail light. They were afraid it was going to cause damage to the vehicle, itself, to the metal.
Well, I
To
mean,
the vehicle and shit.
that's the thing, though. If you break a tail light and on a vehicle, and if you report it or whatever, it counts as a fucking crash.
No, I get that. But they were afraid that it was going to cause like body damage to the vehicle.
they were worried
That-
about collateral damage. Yeah.
So if you're worried about this arm causing body damage to the vehicle, why would it not have done it to Karen's car? Hello?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, no,
Again, I cannot state how we started with Koberger and then we went on a different tangent. What was the tangent we went on?
we've been on autism. We've
Yeah,
been on Karen
autism. That's what it was. We went on autism, and then
Reed,
here
with
we are.
gorillas and cages. Yeah.
Here we are on the fucking Karen Reed case that has been over and done with for what, a month and a
Yeah.
half.
But there's still a lot of people because there's a lot of shit to go through.
I mean, I
with
get
and
that.
especially the tangential stuff that's like just not that's not Karen Reed, but all the like Proctor, because Proctor's the reason Lally was up on the stand. Part of the reason he was up on the
Jesus.
stand, and he's trying to throw Proctor under the bus, but
Or
at
you
the same-
you could have done your fucking job from the get go.
that's the big thing. Because I mean, even though he's trying to throw Proctor under the bus on this, go like, well, he didn't give me this information. Well, why the fuck weren't you at his office going, excuse me?
Yeah,
Because
no,
guess what?
this is bullshit. Drop it.
Because guess what? The DA and the MSP are in the same building.
Jesus.
Or let me rephrase that. The officers that do the main investigations.
They're
for the
very
DA
closely.
No, they're in the office. They're in the same building together. So yeah. All right, let's finish watching some of this.
Did you know Brian Higgins at that time?
Yes, in passing.
I'm not asking if you're social friends, asking if you knew who he was.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How'd you know who Brian Higgins was?
He had
I'm
an
not related
office in the Canton Police.
Any of this at
Yeah.
all,
No.
Is he a sworn police officer?
man.
Oh, goodness.
Not for us.
Is he a sworn federal agent?
Yes.
Worked for ATF?
Yes.
Okay.
I will say this. I am mad at the fact that these motherfuckers tried to go after a woman
Mm-hmm.
twice
Mm-hmm.
over this bullshit.
And they're actually still trying to go after her. I mean, maybe not
Her
necessarily.
parent, O'Keefe's parents are trying to go after her over a wrongful death
Yeah.
suit, which is going to get thrown out because he was found not guilty. But either way it goes, I am mad that the simple fact that the government is trying to pin all this shit on a citizen.
Mhm.
And this is my anti-government rant. Warning, I am mad that they're trying to pin this shit on a woman
Mhm.
that, whether she's a woman or not, women can't drive, by the way.
Bullshit.
But no,
I'll run circles around you.
you can try.
Just as long as I don't have a trailer.
Yeah. If I got, the trailer is the objection. Okay. But no.
Give me a big vehicle, I'll run circles around you.
No.
Put a trailer on it? Yeah, not so much.
Anyway, the fucking government is trying to pin a murder charge on a citizen
Mhm.
that they could not even prove themselves, not once but twice.
Yes.
And and
tried so hard at it.
millions of dollars.
Well, not just that, but I mean, like even Judge Canoni's rulings, and I'm sorry, I know they'd like honorable Judge Canoni.
Dishonorable.
Bullshit, dishonorable. Yeah, no.
Fuck that bitch. But
Yeah.
anyway, they were trying so hard to fucking pin this murder or death, whichever side you want to fall on, on one woman without actually going through all the testimony and everything. And that's why I hate
well, all the testimony that was coming out.
Well, no, I'm talking about like before the trials and everything. What's it called? It's like real crime or true crime. What? No, I'm talking about like all the influencers and everything. It's like, they call them like real crime or true crime.
True crime.
But usually true crime, they wait till after the trial. But there's a lot of people that's actually starting to make channels and everything off of the fact of, this person is said to do this one thing and they're guilty and everything. It's like, no. Everybody's supposed to be presumed innocent until they are proven guilty. Yeah. And even after the first trial, everybody's like, oh, she fucking did blah, blah, blah. It's like,
there's still tons of people out there that, it's not
one
near as many as it was.
One of the main characters in this fucking case, I don't remember.
I mean, any of the McCabe's or Alberts.
Well, no, I'm not. Not McCabe's. I'm talking about like he's like adjacently associated. He backed into a car and broke his tail light.
Oh, I know.
Even though he said that could never fucking happen.
Petito, something?
Either way it goes, it's like,
I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah, it's like,
and he's die hard. She did it.
Yeah, and that was the funniest fucking thing.
Oh God, yes. I was like, really?
But this whole simple fact of everybody wanting to pile on to a defendant and say that they're guilty no matter what. Now, granted, there are cases where as soon as they're arrested, there is evidence to presume guilt. I'm not saying everybody's innocent, but when it comes to stuff like this, where there's like shadowy areas and there's stuff that like people didn't do properly or whatever.
Things that you have to question. I mean, even like Koberger. I mean, there's questions out there, and you do need to go in with the even on the ones that are like blatantly like, dude.
That's what I do.
You've got multiple video angles of you doing this.
I do not care what crime they've committed, what evidence they did. As soon as the trial starts, I go out. They're innocent. And then obviously as the trial goes on, evidence comes out and everything, then it's a sliding scale, and eventually you land onto a certain topic or a certain charge or whatever.
And that's definitely the way it should be. And I mean,
but nowadays we've gotten to a point where as soon as somebody's arrested, they're automatically fucking guilty.
It's like guilty right off. That definitely does have to stop. I'll agree with you on that. You need, and I like the second foreman of the jury with the Karen Reed case. I love some of the stuff that he came out and said. And, he's like, no, he's like, when you go in there, he's like, they're presumed innocent. Yep. And then you put facts to
those
say that
are
they're
the jurors
guilty.
You will fucking want.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what he did.
But nowadays, you got people, it's like, oh, he was arrested, he's fucking guilty. Yeah. And that's not how it's supposed to be.
No, it's not. Especially, because of me having been a paramedic and working closely with police and fire and everything, I am definitely heavy back the blue and whatnot. And I've had my eyes opening. The Karen Reed case was the one that really opened my eyes. Because when I first heard about this, and she's like, oh, they framed me, they've planted evidence and blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
at first she was like, no, really? That's bullshit. And then as the trial went on, he's like, well, I still maybe.
Let me tell you about my progression in that one. At first, I'm like, okay, I'm still going in like she's innocent until proven guilty, but planted evidence and framed you. I mean, really, come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Really?
And then it came out.
Just
in trial
another criminal trying to do this.
Yeah.
And I really didn't look into anything.
Well, see, I will say one thing, and I hate to cut you off,
No, you're fine.
but as soon as I heard about this case,
Mm.
and I heard it through Megan Fox.
Okay.
Megan Fox, she came on Ricada Law. Both subscribe, listen to them. They're great. She came on to Ricada Law talking about this case. I was like, oh, well, it's a fucking setup. Them fucking cops killed that motherfucker. But here's the thing, though. That was just me hearing a story from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I didn't hear it. The only thing I heard was that, this person, it was an officer found dead on a lawn, and his girlfriend allegedly, backed into him and killed him.
I heard more than that from Megan.
Yeah, no, but I didn't hear much of anything. That's the reason why I was kind of like, my progression was a little bit different. Because I didn't want to know anything about the case.
Yeah.
We had just kind of come off the heels of Johnny Depp and stuff. I'm watching Emily Baker and everything.
Emily Baker,
yep.
subscribe. Awesome.
So I didn't want to know anything.
Yeah.
And when Unedited got up there, and the first words that were coming out of his mouth was Karen Reed was framed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the? Well, that's one way to start a damn opening statement.
The best thing, the best argument in this entire case was when Unedited got up and was saying that the state colluded with the witnesses. You remember that? Oh, dude, that was because as soon as he said colluded,
I think I do remember that.
Brennan objected to it because collusion in the legal world has a specific meaning.
Oh yeah.
And he objected to it, and then they went to sidebar and everything, and they did their arguments or whatever. But then Unedited came back and it's worked with.
Yeah.
That was the turning point in the fight. That was the turning point in the case because it me and you, if we hear colluded, it means they they work together. But in the legal world,
yeah, no,
it's
hearing that in a trial, I'm gonna be like, wait, well,
yeah, no, and that's the thing. That's a lot of people. That's what a lot of people think. It's you say the word colluded, automatically you think they worked with, but. Actually, I looked it up, but I don't remember what it was.
And that's the thing, that's what made me kind of, definitely perked my ears up with the first trial, is that the attorney, and I know that they're usually very careful in their wording, and the first thing he pops off with is Karen Reed was framed, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even I don't even think it was by the end of the second day, I was like, oh. Yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that she was framed at that point, but I'm definitely saying this was a fucked up investigation beyond all recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some stuff that ain't matching up, and she's innocent. I knew she was innocent by day 2.
Mm-hmm. I figured she was innocent from before she went to trial.
And I think if I'd have known, if I would have looked into it more, I would have definitely come to the same conclusion.
Well, see, that's the thing though. I didn't when I first heard about the Karen Reed case, I knew nothing about it because it was all just what the PD was putting out and everything. And then from what I heard, I was like, yeah, that bitch is innocent. And then everything started coming out with the fucking
proctors and all that.
No, with the preliminary stuff.
Yeah.
And
I didn't hear any of that.
I didn't hear it either, but I was just catching little snippets of it.
And I wouldn't get
because I didn't really care one way or another. I was just scroll. I was just going through and I'd see little snippets of it and everything. And then with this, when the simple fact came up of, you know, she killed her boyfriend with the car in a hit and run, and she was drunk. I was like, I can kind of see it. But then later on, after 2 trials and everything, with all the evidence that came out, because I mean, if the state's got evidence against you that's going to actually put you in fucking prison, they're going to present that.
Mhm.
But especially in the second trial, which is the one that I primarily watch, they hardly brought anything in.
No.
All they brought in was fucking eyewitness testimony and shit.
Mhm.
And one guy that used to be really notable on the forensic analysis of like motor vehicle accidents or physics or whatever. No, shut up. And Judson. That's the guy I'm saying.
Oh, Judson Welcher.
Judson, yeah. Judson Welcher. And he was like real notable back in the day. He was actually on Mythbusters.
Really?
Yeah. He well, I think it was me saying that. I don't think it was Mythbusters, but he was on he was on some show talking about like physics and mechanics and everything like that. But either way it goes, he was notable. He made it on TV.
Mm.
And then he came to this case with a fucking paint test that proved nothing.
Oh, yeah.
2 miles an hour. And the state's saying at least 24. And he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to put my elbow into the tail light.
And like drop down into it.
But, and then when you had ARCA come out, and ARCA blew his fucking asshole out over that shit.
Absolutely blew it the fuck away.
And then you got people that are like, oh, she still killed him.
Yeah,
It's like, maybe she did, but also at the same time, the state didn't prove that she did.
No, state did not prove at all.
You can kill somebody, and newsflash, America, you can commit a crime, but if the state does not prove it, it does not mean you're innocent. It just means that you cannot be charged for the crimes that you're being charged with from the state. Convicted. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And if they don't get the evidence properly,
exactly,
you can get dismissed and not convicted.
I.e. Karen Reed.
Yep. I.e. this other dude, and I can't think of his name, or Brian Walsh. If they've gotten their information outside of the warrants that they have and proper procedures, and if they're, you find out that the evidence was not properly taken care of, like Karen Reed and John's clothing and stuff like that. I mean, there's fucking red Solo cups.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Red Solo cup.
Yeah, red Solo cups.
I fill you up, everybody.
Or the Stop and Shop bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's cross-contamination. It could have been anybody. And, I always looked at defense, and especially up until now, like I looked at defense attorneys as kind of like, the slime balls trying to get the good guys, trying to get the bad guys off.
That's how I used to think about defense attorneys and everything. They were fucking slime balls. But
now it's like, wait a minute, hold up. Because in them defending the rights of even the guilty, they're defending the rights of those that are innocent, because if it's better that one person goes free than 100 people get condemned. Yeah, I agree, because I mean, it very much so. Because
no, wait, I messed it up.
If one guilty person goes free, then 100 innocent people condemned.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's because originally it was Blackstone's formulation, which was 1 in 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then Benjamin Franklin said, I'd rather have one guilty person go free than 100 people condemned. But yes. So, I agree with
that. And now, like, especially with the Karen Reed trial, my opinion of defense attorneys has vastly changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I very much see that, yes, they may be trying to, they're flying off on technicalities or this, that, and the
that's
other.
their job. It really
That is their
is.
job.
It really is.
And I think it, I think it stinks to have guilty people running around free or whatnot, especially if they're major crimes.
I don't. You know why?
Why?
Because of the Second Amendment.
Well, that's true too. Like, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, them upholding the proper procedures and everything, and teaching, these officers or the courts or whatever that, hey, y'all didn't do this properly. This person's getting off, so maybe next time they do it properly instead of being able to convict an innocent person.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Nowadays, granted, I don't know what it was like about prior to fucking 90s, but nowadays the cops are looking to charge you with stuff, because there was one thing. They don't care if you're innocent or not. They're just trying to find something to charge you with. Because there was this one thing, like, and this is a viral. I don't know if it was on TikTok or whatever, but I saw it on Twitter. But it was a viral clip, and it involved cops and a dad on a ring cam. And what it was is the dad called the cops because there was an older guy grooming I forget how old she was. Either way it goes, she was underage. Grooming a girl to send him nudes of herself. The cops show up, and the cops was looking at charging the girl for producing child pornography. And the dad was like, okay, we're done here. Never mind. Fucking go off. And fucking cops just fucking left without even looking into it or anything. Yeah. Instead of actually going, instead of actually, like, at least doing their basic job of investigating, they just wanted a underage person for producing child porn instead of going after the person that was grooming the child for child porn. Now, granted, there may be some underlying stuff that ensued with whatever legal actions or whatever. I don't know, but but on its face,
well, I mean,
if you call the cops saying that there is a grown man telling an underage child to send pornographic materials to them, and then you want to charge the underage person for producing child pornography, you are a tyrant. Fuck off. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, no, that one I don't like. I would definitely have to get some more background on that because, like, I can't. I mean, I guess the only way I could maybe possibly wrap my head around the fact that they were going to go after the girl for creating porn would be if she was involving other people, if she were an older child, like say 15, 16,
18 is underage. I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is, at 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, you're not going to it's going to be easier to groom you. Now, if you're 15, 16, 17, you're exposed enough out in the world to know
but also at the same
what
time,
grooming and stuff like that is.
But also at the same time, the reason why they set the legal age at 18 is because it's nationally accepted that at 18 you can sign contracts.
Yeah.
That's why 18 is like the big number. Under 18, I mean, hell, you can be like just 2 seconds under 18.
Mm-hmm. You're still underage.
You can't legally sign a contract, but
I'm just trying. I guess I'm just trying to figure out why they would want to charge her with creating.
Because she's the one taking pictures. That's why.
Well, I mean, I get that, but if she's just taking pictures of herself and sending them to this guy, then obviously that's a grooming thing. Was she taking pictures of other?
No,
girls?
It was just her.
Then I don't see where they would.
Because that's why the dad called the cops because he found out that she was sending explicit photos to this person
that I can't
of herself.
No, they
But
didn't
the
go
cops wanted to charge her for child pornography because some fact of she was the one that was sending the pictures.
Yeah,
And that's not how it's supposed to be because
No,
it. And
I agree with you.
I don't know what age she was, but I do know that she was under 18. And as soon as the cop showed up, he come out the door. He's like, "Hey, my daughter's been talking to this guy online. Blah blah blah. She's sending him explicit photos. I want to go after this guy." And then the cops just, without investigating, just turn around and say, "Okay, we'll arrest her for producing child porn."
yes, that I don't follow that mentality, or I don't follow what they were thinking and why they were.
Yeah,
I don't get that one. I'd have to. I mean, yeah, I guess playing devil's advocate in legal terms, or possibly in legal realms, her taking those pictures of herself and sending them off is creating child pornography.
Technically, it is.
However,
Yes, technically, it is producing child pornography.
Yeah, but
also at the same time, like the cops did no investigation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she wasn't just out there doing that on her own, or oh, I'm going to start taking nudes of myself and do OnlyFans at the age of 15.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Even if she was doing all that shit on her own accord without being groomed or whatever, it is still illegal.
Yeah, it would be illegal for her to be doing that.
No, it's illegal for the person talking to her.
No, you're right. It is illegal for the person talking to her, but it's also illegal for her to be producing stuff like that.
I mean,
because
maybe.
she is underage.
I mean, maybe, but
because that is technically child pornography.
It is.
She's underage.
It is, but if it's the person producing, I guess you can say, making the underage content
because someone
at the
request
of somebody else, she's not at fault because somebody else requested it. I mean, there's a whole.
I think she's not at fault if she's been groomed to it. Now, if she's got some like obviously she knew this guy for a while and he had been talking to her and convinced her into it.
Not necessarily.
Well, you were saying that he groomed her.
I mean, that's what the father said.
Okay.
Because I mean, like I said, I'm going solely off of the basis of what was it, like a 30, 40 second video. Yeah. It was off of a ring cam.
Yeah.
But either way it goes, if somebody calls you, if a citizen calls the police to come to your house to investigate a
grooming,
a supposed grooming situation.
They need to look into the grooming.
Instead of just looking at him like, well, we'll charge her for producing child pornography.
Yeah, no,
even though she's under a state, even though she's completely underage.
Yeah, completely agree with you on that.
Yeah,
but I guess I'm playing like the devil's advocate on the side of going like, well. And again, this would have to come out through investigation, and they obviously did not do an investigation.
Exactly.
But, if she's out there at, 15, 16, doing her OnlyFans thing or doing an OnlyFans thing, well, okay. Then
it wasn't.
Well, I understand it wasn't OnlyFans, but I mean, there's many other ways of communication when you can start sending.
This is solely text message.
Okay. So, but I mean, either way, if it were like more propagated from her doing
according to the father on the ring camera.
Okay.
According to the father on the ring camera, it was text messages. Granted, maybe some other stuff. Either way it goes, it's fucking the motherfucker needs to be in a wood chipper.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, he definitely does. But I guess I'm just trying to think of a way to, I guess, I don't want to say justify their thought process in charging her with child pornography production.
Dude, that's the first thing that came out of her mouth.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I would have been like, okay, where's the gentleman? Let's go talk to him. Let's investigate this. Da 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 da. Because I mean, unfortunately, and depending on her age, I mean, there's some 14, 15, 16-year-old girls out there. They're looking for a sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, is this guy grooming her, or did she latch on to him and start sending, pornographic type material to him? I mean, it's definitely okay, wait a minute. What's her age? How did this go about? I mean, like, you got to do an investigation.
Yeah, no shit. At the very least, you have to do an investigation instead of saying, "Oh, we're going to charge her for producing child porn." It's like she's underage. I just found out about this shit, and you're going to fucking try to put her in prison for the rest of her fucking life? Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were definitely.
They were looking for something.
I could see where there could be a way of charging her with making child pornography, even though she's the child, she's the one that's underage.
But see, here's the thing, though.
But that's a very limited.
But see, also at the same time, I'm not saying that all departments are like this when it comes with police and everything. But the simple fact of you have countless cases throughout the entire U.S. where they're more so looking to find out how to charge you as opposed to the offender. And that's what I have a fucking problem with. Especially if God forbid, if something ever happens to Barrett, he gets online and starts telling people their information or whatever, no matter how much you tell him not to do.
Oh, yeah.
But he gives just like a nonchalant answer. To you, it's not that big of a deal, but to whoever is wanting, it's like a gold mine. And and then next thing you know, that shit's fucking happening. And then you have cops showing up to your house, sitting there trying to say that it's your fault and they're going to charge you. And that's where it's, unfortunately, that's where every state, it's easier to prosecute the victim it's easier to arrest the victim than it is to the offender.
I think I can agree with that.
I mean, that, and
on certain things, I think I
mean, it's been that way for a while, but me being on my high horse right now, it's been like that for a while, but during COVID, it was super easy to arrest people because all you had to say was they're not vaccinated and they're in public, and they fucking got arrested for that shit. And that on its face is absolute fucking tyranny. I don't care. I don't care where you fucking fall politically or whatever, but the simple fact of you can get somebody arrested just because they didn't take a fucking shot.
Oh yeah,
that is fucking ridiculous.
Or even being told that you have to take a shot. I mean, even vaccines for children, you don't have to get them.
But if you don't get them, you get reported. And then chances, depending on what state you are, chances are CPS is going to come to your house, investigate you for 6 months at the very least. That's the minimum, 6 months.
And then they probably won't even be able to get into school either.
Exactly.
Because you have to have the shot record. So, I mean, there's definitely downsides to do that.
Well, I mean, if you don't vaccinate your children, chances are you're homeschooling your kids anyway.
Probably,
it's almost guaranteed you're homeschooling your kids. But the simple fact of the fact that somebody can say this child's not vaccinated. And then you're under investigation for 6 fucking months just because your kid's not vaccinated.
Yeah, because you choose not to do that.
Now, granted, it's depending on the vaccine.
I definitely believe in the vaccines.
But the COVID vaccines, fuck off. Y'all can fuck off with that shit. I don't care. The COVID vaccines are bullshit. Don't take them. If you have taken them, I pray for you.
The children's vaccines, the normal vaccines, Tdap, this, that, and the other that you get.
Well, see,
I got no problem with those.
No, I do have a problem with those. Because just recently there was a CDC report that came out that was recently released under Trump, that the what was it? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. It was
MMR, Tdap.
No, it wasn't that. It was hepatitis.
Mm-hmm.
Hepatitis. Whatever vaccine they give for hepatitis as soon as they're born. Hep C, I think, is what it is.
I think so.
Anyway,
It's either A, B, or C.
The very first vaccine they get as soon as they're born is hepatitis related.
Mm-hmm.
The very first vaccine that they get was I forget the percentage because I read the report. This is why I wish we had a better setup so that way I could pull this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that one shot alone had a 60% increase in autism. And the CDC hid that shit for decades.
Okay. No, and I agree.
I'm talking about like 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And that shit just recently came out like 1 to maybe 3 weeks ago.
No,
as soon as your baby's born, they're getting a shot for whatever hepatitis strain.
Yeah.
And it's a 60% chance that they fucking get autism.
I mean, and yeah, there's. I don't like the newer vaccines. The ones that are like tried and true. Okay, because I mean they have gotten rid of a lot of diseases, or
that's fine.
Pretty much got rid of a lot of diseases.
I mean, that's fine and everything, but also at the same time, it's just a blanket. Okay, your baby's born, we're going to give them.
I mean,
and it's like, okay, hepatitis. I'm pretty sure it's Hep C. Okay, Hep C is a STD.
Mm-hmm.
I get that if the mother has Hep C and the baby doesn't,
but not just everybody blanket throw it out there.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, my wife has Hep C. She gives birth to a baby. As soon as that baby comes out, they get an injection. But also at the same time, I can kind of understand it because they're going through the birth canal, which has a lot of mucus, which usually has the virus and everything. I get that and everything, but you can test the mother to see if they have any form of STDs, STIs, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. If the mother has no signs of infection, then why give it? And I'll still amend this a little bit. You can make the argument, well, she got tested, she came up negative while she was pregnant, blah blah blah.
Well, the bad thing is that they do test for STDs whenever you're pregnant.
I mean, I get that, but
they test for all that stuff and they know whether or not you're positive or negative.
But here's the thing, though, like and this is for a lot of fucking gooners on the internet, y'all are fucking retarded. Like pregnancy stuff. There's people out there that only want to have sex with pregnant women. And if they have any form of STI or STD or whatever.
Well, yeah, but I mean, those are going to be fewer than the ones that test negative. And
I mean, I get that. And this is just me trying to still man the argument a little bit. So like you have sex with a dude while you're pregnant or whatever, and he has hepatitis, at very least Hep C. Because God forbid if it's fucking AIDS. It's only Hep C that they give a fucking vaccine for.
Well, they don't have an AIDS vaccine.
Well, not AIDS, but they got vaccines for other STIs and STDs and stuff like that too.
Well, that's true.
But it's only Hep C that they give a vaccine to as soon as they fucking pop out the damn vagina. But I mean, like, even still, like, if there's a guy that contracts Hep C while you're pregnant or whatever, and he does his business and does his job,
I mean, there's chances that you can get it after you get tested.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. They don't even, as soon as the baby's born, they don't even test for it or anything. Yeah. It's like, vaccine straight into the thigh.
Yeah, I don't know why they're pushing that one like that.
I mean, at least test the mother before she goes in.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know there's people who's gonna be like, well, they can't test as soon as the baby's being delivered. You can test a month before her expected delivery date.
Well, I think it is. I mean, it's only like a month or two before the delivery date. They do check pretty close to delivery or to due date on whether or not you have STDs.
Okay, so then
Why are they giving it to every baby?
exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I
And,
completely agree.
and it's not. Jesus Christ! How do we go from Coburger to fucking vaccines? I just realized this shit.
Oh, we've gone all over the place,
Yeah.
Erhan. We've got like 2.5 hours of recording, and we've broached like 5 different topics.
More than that.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why we had.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Relatable talks. Subscribe. Do all the things.
Relative rebuttal.
Relative rebuttals. Edit that part out.